As if the cutting in the fight scenes wasn't nauseating enough, I see Marvel is now going to include migraine-inducing flashback editing in their projects. Did ya think I'd be too disoriented to add more sins if I had a migraine? Think again, Ironheart.
Your girl finna be bigger than Jobs.
Right.
Bigger than Gates.
Right.
Bigger than Pym.
Right.
Bigger than Stark.
Yeah.
Combined.
Vanity times 3 to the power of pluck equals misunderstood child genius. Cliché.
What do you want more than anything?
I want, for once, one of these MCU shows to skip the flashback that sets up the hero's tragic backstory. You're just stacking flashbacks on top of flashbacks. Better yet, don't even have the main character's mother/father/brother/sister/best friend die. Just have them go on vacation and let this trope die instead.
Do you think Tony Stark would be Tony Stark if he wasn't a billionaire?
You mean if his dad wasn't a billionaire? But what really made Tony Stark was being kidnapped by terrorists, where he famously made his first suit in a cave with a box of scraps. Riri was already kidnapped by Namor in Black Panther Wakanda Forever, so why is question?
Alright, dude, this is awesome.
Yeah, that looks like a force field. Since you apparently don't have moral qualms about helping people cheat, why not follow in Stark's footsteps and be a defense contractor? And then, later on when you're overcome by guilt and are rich, you can, be a good person or whatever. Science.
My suits would shorten the response time of first responders, firefighters, search and rescue teams, etc.
Oh, Riri. They will be used to kill people. Because last I checked, this is Earth. Also, here we get a glimpse at the calculations of our star genius, and her primary equation is iron suit plus AI equals triple exclamation point. And over here we get barf? You'll understand if I'm a little skeptical at the mathematical legitimacy of barf.
Due respect, Dean Troy, what do I get out of matriculation?
A job? Your own lab? An opportunity to change the world? Or you could just keep Van Wildering your way through college, I guess.
You sold completed assignments to students at every school in the area.
You're telling me she helped save Wakanda and they didn't set her up with research funding when she got back home? They also kept her suit. Riri is apparently coming face to face with Marvel's third law of our TV heroes must be reset to desperation mode.
Set a course to Chicago, Illinois.
You got it, Riri. Setting course to Chicago, Illinois.
Riri will now proceed to fly across 1/3 of the continental U.S. in an unregistered iron suit without so much as a scrambled jet or a war machine cameo. You're telling me a country that has been attacked by aliens multiple times wouldn't send someone to at least investigate Riri? No Eld? No Sward? No Nick Fury?
Hey, it wasn't my fault.
It was.
Thanos was just the beginning.
Show about a girl who flies around in an iron suit feels the need to remind me that I'm watching something set in the MCU. Did the school know she was flying when they shut the suit down? I only asked to see if they should be charged with attempted manslaughter or murder.
I'm not trying to be mean, but you look a hot mess.
Saying you don't want to be mean right before saying something mean, cliché.
And you're attracting attention.
Jump cut to her not attracting any attention even though she's wearing half of her armor.
Riri Williams, bad girl genius.
Hey, woo. Cause that is terrible.
Kids.
But Riri's always been like this, though.
Riri conveniently arriving home at just the right time to overhear mother talking about her in not the most positive light is convenient.
I bribed a janitor there your first week to look out for you.
If there was a janitor that was able to successfully keep detailed tabs like this on a student at a large university, then the real crime of this show was MIT not offering said janitor a full scholarship.
I need a job that pays. A lab so massive they don't notice if I finesse a resource here or there.
But if you had a job that paid and it came with a massive lab, why would you need to steal any resources? Wouldn't the job and lab provide you with so much that you wouldn't need to steal? If the first rule is cash only, then rule 2 about no checks is redundant. And you know how we feel about redundant store signage around here. This article is about Riri being nearly ready to graduate from college. But the dean said earlier,
But you've been here over 4 years, with as many disciplinary hearings on record, and still no true matriculation towards a degree.
this is an article of lies.
How come you're not working at, I don't know, Stark Industries or something? And you're at least as smart as that Tony guy, right?
The guy who invented time travel, that Tony Stark? If we're going to believe you, you may need to do a bit less telling us and a bit more showing us. Also, part of the fun of Riri is getting to watch her grow and try to surpass Tony. You don't have to rush the character before they're ready like you're in the DCEU or something.
Boss prefers as quickly as possible, so bright and early.
Saying this instead of giving Riri a specific time to be there.
In less than 3 minutes, the air in this elevator will no longer be breathable.
Trying to convince a genius to work for you by putting them through a Saw reenactment.
I'm not getting back on that elevator.
Let me show you another way.
He will then proceed to not show her another way.
Look, I don't want to hurt anyone.
It's not like that.
Okay, so what do you do?
Theft, extortion, breaking and entering.
Extortion. Famously the most victimless of crimes.
But we're gonna need that iron suit tomorrow.
Won't using an iron suit for your heist immediately give away who's behind the crime and put a huge target on your back?
Natalie, hand me that wrench.
Natalie is literally sitting in front of an entire tool chest that must have 6 or 7 wrenches inside and somehow knows exactly what that wrench implies without even looking.
Why don't you go clean up the shop?
Unnecessary and confusing conflict about past events that we don't completely understand yet is unnecessary and confusing. This end of episode iron suit making montage is supposed to make us believe that Riri was able to structurally repair her entire suit overnight with a few bucks, some household items, and sheer tenacity. And I do not believe you, episode.
Bruh, I hate doing this to you, man.
The majority of Parker's back says otherwise.
4 hours?
To build a complex AI mapped to her own brainwaves that will be fully integrated into a physics-defying iron suit? Her attitude should be more like, only 4 hours? I'm guessing all 3 people who knew who Parker Robbins and his alter ego of the Hood are were very excited with these few seconds of dramatic cloak focus.
Natalie? Well, who the hell else would it be, bitch?
A dead friend turned AI assistant who conveniently has a name that works perfectly as an acronym for Neuro-Autonomous Technical Assistant and Laboratory Intelligence Entity. Of course, according to the GIF rule of acronyms, GIF must be pronounced GIF because of the word graphical. This would mean it was pronounced not to lit. So here's 100 cents for the show mispronouncing not to lit for the rest of the series.
Why did you tell her I got expelled? Because you did get expelled!
I'm gonna get an A.
But you're gonna get a picket fence around your asshole.
Come on, I'm Dean, and my hands are so clean. At this moment, I am stapling.
It's dragon's breath.
You need anything else?
I need you guys to teach Z the 3-man weave.
You're dead, Bunny Bumpkin.
Welcome, Riri.
I want to play a game. Oh my god. Oh my god, that was so scary.
What makes you think you can trap me?
Please.
I'm Batman.